Hi, everyone. This is our first show. Today, we have a very special guest, and I hope that I'm pronouncing your name right. If not, you can correct me. Mihnea. And Mihnea, please correct me.
Okay. No, sounds great. Um, you say the name Mihnea, but it's really close to that. I know people who just say Mina or something like this. So
Mihnea.
this is great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, where are you from? So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am from Romania, Craiova more exactly. It was hard to find something I really liked because I have many things I love to do. I love painting, I love poetry, writing, I love music, but it was a point where I just saw that really love listen to music. There wasn't one day when I wasn't listen to music. But I didn't realize that maybe making some music will be fun too. By the other part, when I was in high school, I got interested in electronics, in hardware more exactly. That made me to go to an IT university, but right there I found that I didn't really like it. Then I was thinking, what can I do right now? Finish this university that I don't really like and then start something else, or I just can quit it and start going into conservatory and make some music. Um, I go for the artist name Energy for the Spirit in total because, like I said in the biography, I don't really feel myself like a part of a band or something. I feel more like a catalyst of what this name really means. Because I have this art affinity with painting and poetry and so on, I wanted to insert the musical part too in this spectrum, but I wanted to mix it with spirituality as well. I love all things about esotericism and spiritualism and meditation. So I was thinking, what can I do to mix everything in one thing that I really loved? And I got stuck with music because, after all, it was, in my opinion, the best part to express yourself. You can put art into the cover, you can write an invisible script, like I like to say. I will talk about the invisible script later. It is about how I make an album. So, yeah, that was how I started. And I learned about the handpan, the tongue drum, and so on. I love the instrument. I really think it resonates with me, and just start making making stuff without thinking much about it at the beginning.
So, tell me, how long ago or when did you first initially discover the tongue pans or the hand pans? So, how old, well, not how old were you, but when was that? 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago? How did you discover it?
About 4 years ago, I follow people who study shamanism and express their experiences and so on. One of them was talking about this little drum, this little tone drum he uses to travel to the higher dimensions for trance. Um, I started to search. I found a handpan. I was, wow, this thing sounds great. Is the best instrument I ever heard. And at first, I wanted something cheap, something to start. I found the Guda Frisbee. Guda Frisbee sounds great. I like it small. You can travel with it. It's perfect to learn. I bought it, and maybe that was the point where I said to myself, I can do something with this. My first album, First Signs, the title speaks for itself. It's a collection of what I've made in all that period of transit, of
Hmm.
finding my passion. That were the first signs of awakening for myself, or to find something that I love doing.
Wow, it sounds like the drums found you.
Yeah,
That
basically.
is amazing. I love hearing stories like this, how this incredible drums, comes to our lives and how it changes. Like for you, it just changed you, getting into finding yourself, into a deeper self, and I love that. I love hearing things like that. So I want you
More
to talk a
than
little bit.
changing.
I know that you talk about your Guda frisbee. Well, the Guda frisbee was one of my first few drums as well. So, and I know that. Do you still have it, or you don't have it anymore?
Um, I sold it recently
Okay.
because I
So what
got
do
a
you
Guda
have
2.0.
now? Now, this is the part that everybody wants to see, everybody wants to hear, and I want you to introduce your drums to us. And actually,
Okay,
everything that you have. We want to know about every musical instruments that you have.
I can talk about the main ones. I have two tone drums, the Art Quint drum in D major and the Guda 2.0. The scale is Celtic minor, but it's basically a B minor from what I heard. And I just love the design they
Oh,
can put on the drums.
wow.
I thought they can make custom ones, and I wanted a custom one. So for this drum, the Guda 2.0 was my first serious drum I got. I wanted to make it something official, something like a little mark. So speaking about markings, I told before about esotericism, meditation and stuff. So I searched for some custom designs for what to put on the drum. For this design, I wanted something to last, something to really give sensations when you see it. So first, this my logo here with the eye in the center. You know, the triangle with another triangle, cut it on the edge. But about the signs on the drum, I wanted to put as many signs I could possibly put on a drawing. So I took the cardinal signs, you can see there, the north, the west, the south. Okay, then on this ring, I put the zodiac signs. How you already saw it. I put the planets on on the edge, and on the petals I put the chakras. And I
Wow.
am still now sometimes watch to this drum and say, wow, they really can make something so physical.
So this
Um,
is the Guda 2.0 and is made
yeah,
by
this is
Zen
the
by Zen Percussions.
exactly by Zen
Beautiful.
Percussion in Celtic minor, and it sounds like this. I thought before about maybe you want something more sad, melancholy, maybe you want something happier. This is on the deeper part.
Right.
But one thing I really love about the Guda 2.0 in particular is that you can have double the notes. You can actually have the normal note and one octave superior to it. So it really gives more room to play. For my first drum, I wanted something versatile, something even popular as a scale. Didn't mind it at all. So that's why I wanted the Celtic one. The sound resounding, the design is brilliant. I like the fact that it's black. So that was the first serious drum.
So now we can talk about the second drum, the one that I see to your right in.
Yes, you're right.
All right, tell us
Is the
about it.
Art Queen. Is the Art Queen drum in D major, and the original story about it is that I always wanted a Rav Vast. I love the sound of the Rav, and searching, finding some great prices at the Black Friday and so on, I found this alternative, and I found that I liked it more than the Rav Vast. There's something in the sound that makes me like it more. So I talked to the one making them, and here we are.
Wow.
The sustain on those notes are something outstanding.
Right.
And how you can chain it in so much harmonies you can make with it, I love it. I can say anything more than I just love this drum.
Well, I just want to say this. The last few days, I've been listening to your last album. I want you to talk about your
Really?
last album. I'm going to put the link there so people can hear it. I want you to talk about it. And I understood that the last album you used the art quaint exclusively, right?
Exactly.
It's beautiful.
Exactly. The last album, Amplect Ignotum, is an album one of the first album I wanted to ever make. I wanted something deep, something resounding, and now I will talk. I will talk a little about the project behind the first project behind Energy for the Spirit. I want one album for every chakra on the body. For
Mm.
now, we got 4 of them, and I want to make all 7. This one in particular is about the third eye. It's something I wanted to make when I felt ready. Nice cat. And when I got the occasion of using the Art Queen drum, I said, okay, this is the right moment because this drum has the sound I am searching for an album like this.
Mm.
So that's why I wanted this kind of drum for this album. The album Amplectic Notum is from Latin for embrace the unknown. It can be translated. And usually how I make the albums are 7 songs. As for a little coincidence, but the first and the last songs are like an opening and a closure of the thematic of the song. That's why usually at the first song you can hear just parts of every song of the album, like opening, and at the last song you can hear the closure of every song of the album mixing together and closing the thematic of the album itself. For Amplectic Ignotum is the same, and for this project of those 7 albums, I want to use the same theme. One thing, this is a little off topic, is about the cover of the album. I found out that I really loved the acrylic pouring technique that I never saw before. So when searching for material to make the cover of this last album, I saw those paintings made out of those bubbles and so much color, abstract. I don't know. I got fascinated. Purely for this, for Amplectic Notum, I took a photo. I talked to the photographer and the artist who made it all good, and I use one. But for when I will use and make other covers, I want to make those paintings myself. Another thing about Amplectic Notum is maybe you can see from the titles of the songs. I don't want to talk about the third eye like the energy it gives, but more like the experience I have with it. For example, the first real song of the album is Stars Requiem. It speaks a little about the beginning of my spiritual journey and how through meditation I started to meditate about stars and how they fall over me, and that was my little ritual to experience the third eye. And Ordo Confusionis and Chaos, the last songs, are about the explosion of this chakra. You know, a chakra can be closed or radiant, depending, or balanced. I want to talk more about the radiant part of it, when it escapes from the balanced part basically. So Chaos and Ordo Confusions are about this part of the chakra, where the middle of the album is the balanced part. You see the structure, you start from a close point, it's opening, balanced, and then radiant, like the stage of the chakras. And that works for every album.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about the closing, the balance, and then the radiant, the exploding part. But I don't want to use words. When I make a song, I have this invisible script I talked before. For everyone at home who plays hang drums or tone drums and so on, you usually play the first 5 minutes where you just want to make a rhythm, you start to build a structure and everything, but everything can relate to that. After the 5-10 minutes, you start to get in a little trance with the drum and start to feel the waves the drum wants you to use to make the notes. What I want to make when thinking about how to make this invisible script, I think about what are the experience I want to transpose. And I told about the wave part. After the 10 minutes you play the drum, you start to waving with it. In that waving part, I want to resonate with my concept of what I want to build with it. So usually I start with some rhythm, but that is not what I want to make. I start to think about what is the thematic, what is the vibe, what is the leading wind I want to follow. And then I start making the rhythm.
Thank you. Wow. thank you. Well, I know that beside those two incredible tongue drums, you play other instruments as well, right?
Yeah, I play a shamanic drum. That this is the one, handmade. The maker name is Thomas, and I really
Where's
love.
Thomas from? Where's the drum? Where is
I
the maker from?
I can't say it. I don't remember. But if you want to check the maker out, Sacred Drum is the
Mm-hmm.
name of his website and everything he makes. Um, I followed him for many years from where the site was in an embryonal stage, basically, was in making. I loved his work. I said to myself, when I will be ready in my shamanic journey, I want to talk with him to make the drum. So after 2, 3 years, I talked with him. I said, "Hello, I want you to make my drum because when you follow the shamanic journey, speaking about drums, usually the shaman has only one drum, and it's his drum. That's it. You have to make this drum about like another soul chained to him. So when making the drum, usually you have to respect some little rites you have to make before. Even him when getting the materials for the drum. For example, this is horsehide,
Wow.
but the horse itself is not is a horse that was already took in custody from some hunters. It's not something they hunt for the drum.
Right.
So sometimes people say, you follow the shamanic journey, the meditation, and so on. How can you be cruel about animals? One of the first things they thought about the drum with horse hide and so on is that it kills animal to make it. But
Right.
the difference in Thomas and how he makes drum, he talks to a hunting residents and take animals already hunted and with other things. They don't hunt for the drum, so it's
Right.
not really a problem about it. The wood made for the this part is from ash. Burn is burned ash. You say it basically black.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, with an iron ring, and this design is custom basically. Thomas makes any kind of design. I really wanted something like this. I said, use an inner ring, this one, and try to chain it a little with a cross in the beginning. I would love something like that. And basically, he makes this thing is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
Play it for us, bro. Play it for us. I can sit here and listen to that all day. It's very deep.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm
And the whole
listening through the speaker from my phone, and I can actually hear it and feel it.
the thing about the horse hide or the horse soul, because usually when you make a drum like this, I said it's like a soul chained to the shaman. Because
Mm.
a drum is made by two souls: the soul of the tree, the ash in this case, and the soul of the animal, of the horse. They combine and make this instrument. In a shaman's perspective, an instrument is a living thing because he has a vocabulary, like I said before, and he can express things. For example, this drum express something, this drum express other thing.
Right.
They are sacred instruments for shamans. So they used to really take care of them too, and that's why they only have one drum for them.
One
Now,
drum.
this depends on what you want to do as a shaman. For example, I really like the meditation part, the traveling through dimensions, and so on. So for me, I wanted the horse that is the leading spirit to the lower world, where all the totem animals are, and Mother Nature, and so on. That is the part where I am specialized. Maybe another shaman is specialized in healing, and he will use an elk, for example, and oak. It depends on the shaman. We can say that the shamanic drum is the mirror of the shaman.
Ah.
I want to make an album, maybe about the root chakra, using this drum. I still have to think how to use it. I can use the hands if I want. I don't need a mallet. For example, I can use the hands.
Wow.
You can
As
use
you can
the
see here, I keep on moving closer and closer and closer. I'm just fascinated by the drum.
Thank
Oh, can
you.
you
I
tell
have
me
another.
about the beater, the one that you used to hit to?
That one.
Yes.
This one is made from the materials of the drum itself. So it's
Oh, really?
basically a mallet for the drum. It comes with it, so it's not.
And it's leather covered? Is it leather?
This is leather with other leather here for the handle.
Wow. Beautiful.
It is. And speaking, basically now I'm sponsoring Thomas, but thank you, Thomas. If you, I will send you the video.
We are going to put his website down on the link somewhere.
Okay. It comes with a bag too, a waterproof bag. I really can't
Wow.
thank enough Thomas for all this work. This drum is amazing.
How big is that drum?
22 inches. 22.
If you compare it with the Guda or the Odd Queen, is it a lot bigger?
Yes, it's big.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna be like 20 in US, well, about 24, about 22 to 24 inches.
22, I said.
22? Okay.
Inches, almost.
So what else do you have? What other
Thanks to everybody, because the Guda drum made by Zen Percussion, like I said, the design is brilliant, and the sound. About the Art Queen drum, for now, in this particular moment of my life, I think the Art Quint drum is the one who resonates better with my overall mood and what I want to express. It's really great for deep thinking and deep things, but at the same time you can use it for melody too. I don't know how this is possible.
Right. So you've been playing for about 4 years now. So are you self-taught or you learned to play those drums?
Self-taught.
Self-taught.
Yeah.
And what advice do you have for people who are just now getting into these tongue drums or even the drums that was made by Thomas? So what advice can you give them?
Oh, well, I will start with who wants to begin the journey of hang drums and tongue drums and steel pans and so far and so on. You can start with something little like the Guda frisbee, the Guda coin, or a pulsar. You don't have to start with a handpan. Many people I hear they want a handpan as their first drum. And the problem with the handpans, there are many models, too many in my opinion, and not all are made with great materials. And another thing about the handpans, that you really have to take care of them. Sometimes you have to put an oil and keep the temperature ideal for the drum, where a tongue drum or the Guda or the art Quint, they are made with other techniques, with this cut technique. So they are much more durable. Well, I didn't try to let purposely one fall, so I don't know about this part, but they feel much more durable. The maintenance is basically nothing.
Right.
And if you want to start, use first a tongue drum or a steel pan, not the hand drum. And then you choose if you want to start little, and it's great. You can buy second-hand a Guda frisbee or a Guda coin. In my opinion, the Guda frisbee is better just because it's even more durable and you can take it with you anywhere.
Right.
After you learn how to use it better and you feel like you really like something more, then you can sell it and take a
Upgrade.
2.2 double
Right.
or an
Yep.
art queen, a raw vast, anything else, or even a handpan if you really want.
Right. Right. So I know that there's one thing that I said I'm not going to make you show it, but I'm going to ask you right now. I understood that you just got something from Zen Percussion. It's a pedal.
Yes.
You have to share with everybody.
It's the Orbis Duo. Just yesterday I finished the video here. This pedal is honestly great. I really love something minimalist, something that I can carry, that I can put in a bag and with the MacBook just to go and play somewhere. This pedal is great. It has the bass and the middle that I can customize, the reverb that I love, and the most incredible part, and this is a life-saving thing, this on pickup, this little
Wait,
thing.
it comes with a pickup?
I received it with the pickups, so yeah.
Oh my God, that is
I received the pickups as well to use it with the
right.
Orbis Duo. Um, these pickups, they are a life-saving. Why I am saying this? You can even use it without the Orbis Duo, but the Orbis Duo itself is great. But now I want to put a word for the on pickups. You can just take an audio interface, your laptop, the on pickup, go somewhere out in a bag. You just put the laptop, the interface, put the on pickup on the drum. Oops, sorry. And you can start register something out without the wind sound or cars or anything. It's just great. Those are some great pickups. The sound is resounding, is clear. Love it. Now, talking about the Orbis Duo again, one thing I love are the interfaces and pedals in general that let me use stereo sound. And I can chain two on pickups. That's how I want to register my next album. I can put two on pickups on, let me show it. For example, on the right part and left part. And I can start register in stereo, where the right sound is more resounding on the right ear. That's great. That's great. I have two microphones for a stereo sound, but I can use those two if I don't want exterior noise to get into the mics.
Yes.
For example, my breathing. I have a little problem with those mics that catch too much of my breathing.
Okay.
To interrupt you.
Uh-huh.
I forgot. At first, you told me to say something for who wants to get in this world of drums, but I
Yeah.
didn't say anything about this. Who wants to begin with the shamanic drum? That's an instrument too. It's more used for meditation, but in my opinion, if you want to start with shamanic drum, it's more of a commitment. You have to commit to the drum. When you start to use it, you can feel something inside you start to change for the better, of course.
Right.
Like I say, the drums start to chain to you. It's something really personal.
Right.
It's, like I said, a mirror. So if you want to start to use a shamanic drum, first get interested in the shamanism. Shamanism is basically a spirituality, a way of life.
Right.
You are more nature oriented and empathy oriented. And after you start to inform a little more about the shamanic experience and so on, you can start meditating, make some shamanic meditation. For example, you can search everywhere for some audio tracks on the shamanic journey. The shamanic journey are basically these drums with a mallet and a continuous sound. This continuous sound is the heartbeat of nature. That's how is it called. And we use this heartbeat to travel in the lower world or the middle of the higher world. But the lower world is where you can find your totem animal and Mother Nature. You can talk almost directly to Mother Nature. So if I have to ask someone who wants to get into this kind of drums, first try to listen to an audio like this, go into the lower world and talk to your totem animal or to your power animal. It has more names. Found it, talk with it, and ask him if he thinks you are ready to get one, because this kind of drum is kind of a commitment.
Right.
It's something important for the life of someone. It's strange to say that because it's just an instrument, it's something you can hang on the wall. But if you want to use it for you, for meditation, for something deeper, for understanding yourself, you have to make that little contract.
Commitment. You became the drum. Oh, the rain stick. Show us the rain stick.
Another thing I have here is this rain stick. Basically what it does is emulating the sound of the rain, and it has an interesting story, like the instrument itself, not this instrument in particular. The sound sounds like this. It's made out of bamboo, some cactus sticks into it, and inside them are seeds. The seeds or rocks, sometimes someone use rocks, but the seeds are important about the history of this instrument. The story behind this instrument, the rain stick, like I said, I don't remember what civilization or what people more exactly use it. I don't know if they're shamans or other common people or who, but the history is that this rain stick was capable of calling the rain. For in the past, some people were using those sticks for calling rain for their plantation, and that's it. But one thing I loved about the story is that the person who got a rain stick after he made it, you must never open it again. The only time you open it is when you die. When you die, someone else can cut open the bamboo, the rain stick, and let the seeds on the ground of the person who died. Basically, you bury him, and on the earth above the person, you put the seeds inside the rain stick. I thought about it like a really nice story. I bought the instrument because of the sound after I heard the story. And I don't think to do the same, honestly. I see it like an instrument. But it's stunning how some instruments have a really deep and ancient story, because we are talking about eras and eras before. This
Right.
is an ancient instrument.
Right. Wow. I learned so much today about everything. I love the story of the rain sticks. I didn't know a certain history behind the rain sticks and your shamanic drums, and this is great. We're here to talk about our tongue drums, but here I am learning about all the instruments, all these other great instruments. And thank you so much. And thank you
No
again
problem.
for just sharing everything with us. Thank you for sharing your Guda, your Art Quint, and all the other fantastic instruments. Well, thank you so much, man. And I'm gonna have a link to your album so people can check you out. All right. Well, thank you so much again for everything. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us, and you guys have a great day.
And thank you for having me. Bye.